Just a quick message here to talk about a mound that I've been hoping to get to for some time called the NጯsษิMound. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, I was in the vicinity of Franklin, North Carolina, and I decided that there would never be a better opportunity for me to get a chance to see this Cherokee Mound. And it's awfully special for me because there are some really interesting myths associated with it. The NጯsษิMound, as you can see here, is in a pretty inauspicious place nowadays. It's almost like an industrial park sort of part of Franklin. But it's really fascinating to me because this has some wonderful folklore associated with it. The Cherokee have two legends about NጯsษิMound, which was treated as a Nûñnë'hï townhouse. The NጯsษิMound is said to be the home of at least one branch of the Cherokee Little People. There's a pre-removal legend that the mound itself actually opened up and had a bunch of Cherokee Nûñnë'hï warriors that came out to help the Cherokee during one of their wars. Then, hundreds of years later, the legend presented itself again when Franklin was under siege by the Union forces. Legend has it that Franklin was poorly defended and that the Nûñnë'hï actually came from the mound again to stand on the street corners of Franklin, North Carolina, to give the town the appearance that it was well defended. As you can see, there are some similarities to tumuli that you'll see around the world. I really find it interesting that of all the parts of the United States where we have Little People legends, they're most closely associated with Cherokee Little People, the mounds are. And I'm not sure entirely if that's actual indigenous legend or if there's some contamination, because the Nûñnë'hï myths and legends mirror so closely the myths and legends that you'll find in Ireland and the British Isles that it kind of makes me wonder if there's not some degree of cultural contamination there. But at any rate, it's very impressive for this part of the world. Actually, I think it's really a neat little mound here in the middle of, as you can see, just a busy little intersection. That is pretty much all that there is to say about Nጯsษิ. It's a wonderful site, but it's, as you can see, there's just a little bit of signage. There's some stuff about the legend on the other side, some indigenous signage up here that talks about the history of the Cherokee people. But as far as further commentary, there's not a whole lot to say other than, the fact that this would be completely expected as a fairy tale if it were to be, across the Atlantic Ocean. So thanks for joining me.